okay?
Going with this is
Can you hear back there? All right.
it's important, otherwise.
Sorry for the sun that's in everybody's eyes in the first 6 rows, but it still feels pretty good though, doesn't it? Have that sun out there? Well, welcome. I'm Mike Sanders, President and CEO of Monroe Clinic, and I want to welcome you all here for this exciting event as Monroe Clinic joins and becomes part of SSM Health. You'll meet some of the people up here in the next few minutes, but with us today we have leadership from SSM Health, members of the Congregation of Sisters of St. Agnes and their leadership, board members of Monroe Clinic, foundation board members, medical staff, Monroe Clinic team, volunteers, Monsignor Barilla from the Diocese of Madison, members of the community, media, and other guests. And thank you so much for being here today as we recognize the official joining together of Monroe Clinic and SSM Health. And I'll talk more about that in a minute. First, I want to thank the Sisters of St. Agnes, who came here in the 1930s on the invitation of local physicians to build a hospital. Mother Aloysia received a letter from Dr. Baumley in October of 1937. And let it never be said that the sisters are not women of action. By January of 1938, less than 90 days after receiving that letter, the sisters had hired an architect and were working on plans for St. Clair Hospital. And having been a part of the discussions over the last 7 months, that's really fast work. 90 days. For many decades, St. Clair Hospital worked in partnership with the physicians of Monroe Clinic. And then in 1992, the two joined together to become one ministry as Monroe Clinic. The community owes a huge debt of gratitude for the courage and generosity of the Sisters of St. Agnes. You have changed this region in a very profound way and touched the lives of virtually every family in this area, especially those who have been part of the staff of Monroe Clinic and St. Clair Hospital over the years. While our sponsorship is changing as we become part of SSM Health, our connection and roots with the Sisters of St. Agnes, will last forever. Thank you. Now let's take a look to the future. Separately, both Monroe Clinic and SSM Health have a long history of healthcare excellence, community involvement, and a mission to serve all through the healing ministry of Jesus. Separately, both Monroe Clinic and SSM Health have seen success and growth where many healthcare organizations have floundered. Separately, we've succeeded in meeting customer healthcare needs, particularly those needs of the poor and the vulnerable in our region. Separately, we've succeeded in supporting and leading efforts to improve the health of the communities we serve. And separately, we've succeeded in providing opportunities and career advancement within our ministries to thousands of staff. Separately, we've accomplished much and created a rich heritage of which we are very proud. But today, we recognize the power of together. If we've come so far and accomplished so much separately, imagine the hope and potential that together can bring to Monroe Clinic, SSM Health, and the patients and families that we are so privileged to serve. In the book of Proverbs, it says, "As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another." And today we celebrate an opportunity to do our best and then do it even better. Knowing that changes and challenges ahead will not always be smooth, we must strive to ensure that such challenges include a focus on learning and inspiring each other to do the best and deliver the best. The best care, the best practices, the best team, the best outcomes, and then make them even better. As iron sharpens iron, so will Monroe Clinic and SSM Health sharpen one another. Thank you all for being here as we celebrate this momentous occasion in the history of Monroe Clinic and SSM Health. We look forward to a very bright future with our new colleagues and partners as we move ahead stronger together. And now I'd like to introduce Laura Kaiser, President and CEO of SSM Health.
Thank you, Mike. Today is a really momentous day. It's lovely to be here with all of you. Thank you for being here. Can you hear me? I'm getting a thumbs up. Can you hear me from the way back? Excellent. Okay, I'll speak up. Thank you.
I think it's more closer.
Okay. If I end up with the feedback, though, that's very painful. So just keep me going this way. Great. More than a year ago, the Congregation of the Sisters of St. Agnes, lovingly known as the CSAs, undertook critically important discernment of how to best continue their remarkable legacy. Their decision was to transfer sponsorship of the healthcare ministry to another Catholic organization. Their careful discernment defined the course we have been undertaking over the past many months and culminates in what we are recognizing today as new members of the SSM Health family, Monroe Clinic and Agnesian Healthcare. Not long ago, I was given a book written by Richard Rohr, someone that many of you may be familiar with, and it's a book that is called Eager to Love. It's devoted to St. Francis, an insight into the Franciscan tradition and how to live it today. He described St. Francis of Assisi as a master of making room for the new. St. Francis was always new, always fresh, and always beginning again. Today we honor that tradition of beginning together, joining for those we serve. As most of you know, the Congregation of the Sisters of St. Agnes and SSM Health's founding sisters, the Franciscan Sisters of Mary, each began their healing ministries well over a century ago. They followed God's calling to care for those who were sick, injured, vulnerable. Since then, we have each been entrusted with the sacred and humbling responsibility of carrying their legacies forward by providing hope and healing to all who come to us for care. Their legacies are in our hands, and we will do it together. Just as the sisters had each other, we have one another. On behalf of SSM Health, to the employees, where are you? There's a few of you here. That's great. The physicians, volunteers. There's some, I see one way in the way back. Welcome. There's another, wonderful. And board members. Or previous board members, because I've met a few of you as well. Wonderful. Let me be the first. As one SSM team member, let me be the first to welcome you to SSM Health. To the members of the community, we are so honored to serve you as SSM Health and excited about the opportunities that lie ahead. Someone asked me the other day about the difficulties of working in the changing healthcare environment and when would it get better? And I responded, I don't really know that it's going to get better, but we will get better together. That's what this is all about. This is likely the new normal. The common ground of our legacies, missions, visions, values make for a very strong beginning, as Mike said. I firmly believe we will be better together and stronger. With this as our foundation, let us now advance our shared journey. Let's build on our common ground and create a culture that embodies the best of us and ensures we strengthen our ability to serve those who are counting on us to do so. There is much work. There's more work to be done. Can you believe it? There's been a little bit of work underway over the past several months, but there's still much work that lies ahead in the weeks and months to integrate our organizations, always through a thoughtful, collaborative process. There absolutely will be some bumps, but I'm completely confident that we will succeed together. In closing, I want to thank every person and recognize every person who has played a role in making today possible. Completing a transaction of this magnitude requires an enormous amount of dedication, hard work, expertise, and a team working toward a common goal. Many of you in this room today have worked countless hours, prayed lots of prayers, and done all you can to ensure a smooth transition for our patients, employees, physicians, and our communities. Finally, I want to recognize and thank Sister Jean Steffes, Sister Mary Noel Brown, and the entire congregation of the Sisters of St. Agnes for your faith in us. We are humbled. Together, we move forward to honor and celebrate our respective histories and legacies and traditions by providing exceptional health care, revealing the healing presence of God. And with that, it's my very great privilege to introduce who you already know, Sister Jean Steffes. Sister Jean.
Thank you, Laura. And really beautiful afternoon in Monroe, Wisconsin. Cold, but beautiful. So today I stand before you with mixed emotions. And that's a good thing. For the past 121 years of our 160-year history, the Congregation of Sisters of St. Agnes has been on a magnificent journey with so many others, including all of you. Granted, it was a journey that we were perhaps not initially prepared for. You see, we began as an education-based order, but it was a journey that Mother Agnes Hazlitt, our first General Superior, and the sisters that were with her at the time fully embraced. I don't know if the first hospital was quite as quick as the one here in Monroe, but nonetheless, the sisters embraced and went forward. From their deep sense of mission, they knew their efforts would help address an unmet need in the Fond du Lac community for vital health care services. In the late 1930s, Mother Aloysia likewise responded to a call from Monroe, and we're happy she did. Together with other committed leaders, providers, and employees over the years, we have challenged the norm, always standing within the healing ministry of Jesus and looking for how we could offer quality health and wellness services right here, right where it's most important for the individuals and families served by the Monroe Clinic and its diversified programs. We're proud that this Christ-centered healing mission has been freely given with such compassion, respect, and caring. As we reflect back on and celebrate such an impressive legacy that is the Congregation of St. Agnes, Agnesian Healthcare, and Monroe Clinic, we feel gratitude for God's graces given to the ministries, along with pride and satisfaction in carrying out the mission. As they say, a job well done. Although today signals the start of a new beginning, the healing mission of the church continues. We have responded to the needs of all for whom we have cared with utmost skill and expertise. Nothing can or will change that. The sisters trust that Monroe Clinic and Agnesian Healthcare will continue their legacy of healing through the larger SSM Health family. Saying goodbye to the sponsored healthcare ministries is not an easy task. Yet, we know that these ministries are in very good hands. We sought a sponsor whose mission and culture fits the Agnesian and Monroe culture and mission. And we do believe that SSM does, and that will serve our patients, residents, and loved ones well. It has been, as I said, a mixed feelings, but good feelings. And the sisters really have been, over the 121 years of healthcare ministry, have been so vital to this and our sponsorship ministry and role with that. I'd like any of the sisters who are here to please stand and be recognized. Or raise your hand or do whatever. Truly, truly a privilege. We will always treasure the road that we have traveled with you for such a long period of time, almost 80 years, and are looking forward to the many great developments and innovations that will emerge at both Monroe Clinic and Agnesian Healthcare. And at this time, I want to give a shout out to Sister Mary Noel Brown, our executive sponsorship. And I cannot forget Mike and his wonderful team here in Monroe who also made this We continue to hold your needs in our prayers as we cheer everyone on. We want this to be good. We know it will. We consider ourselves blessed to remain in solidarity with something so important and so impactful in people's lives. Thank you to each and every one of you for your support, commitment, and more importantly, your love. I know that Mother Agnes would look at this day, and Mother Aloysia, can't forget her, would look at this day with gratitude for God's abundant blessings and with great pride and contentment, knowing that their leap of faith continues today and well into the future. Thank you. And now it is my privilege to welcome Monsignor James Barella from the Diocese of Madison to do our blessing. Monsignor.
It's Bohemian, so it's pronounced Bartilla.
Oh,
That's okay.
I'm sorry about that.
No, that's fine.
I didn't
You
see
get
it.
very close. You know, my teachers in school were far off. You were very close. Sometimes it's Bartilla. They'd say, I know how to remember it. It's kind of the same as Attila the Hun. The two things. First, I want to recognize Monsignor Larry Bakke, if he could raise his hand back there. Local pastor of St. Clair of Assisi Parish. I'm sure he does a lot of hospital ministry here too, so we're very grateful to him. He's also very important to me. He comes up for many meetings up at Chancery in Madison, and now that I drove down this way, I get to appreciate what he does almost every week from January through April for me. Second is, I thought about this, Sister, I think Bishop George Wirtz from Monroe,
Yes.
Auxiliary Bishop of Madison, deceased, happy memory. His biological sister was an Agnesian sister.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
She
so-
was CEO of St. Agnes Hospital in Fond du Lac
Okay, so.
for a number of years.
Yeah, very, very good family, very competent, and as we know, Bishop Wirtz and her are very holy.
Yes.
So we're very grateful to them, our forefathers and foremothers, right? I'm here as Vicar General, so I work for Bishop Morlino. You missed him by one day; he had to travel, and so he left, I believe, yesterday. So I'm here on his behalf. We're very grateful to everyone who's been working on this. We know how much work goes into it, so we're very grateful. I thought what I'd do is I'm just going to give a blessing. Before that, I'm going to read from the very short general introduction to the ethical and religious directives for Catholic healthcare services, which is a nice little preamble that I think encapsulates everything that's been said here. It says the Church has always sought to embody our Savior's concern for the sick. The gospel accounts of Jesus' ministry draw special attention to his acts of healing. He cleansed a man with leprosy, gave sight to two people who were blind. He enabled one who was mute to speak, cured a woman who was hemorrhaging, and he brought a young girl back to life. Indeed, the Gospels are replete with examples of how the Lord cured every kind of ailment and disease. The account of Matthew, Jesus' mission, fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah. He took away our infirmities and bore our diseases. Jesus' healing ministry went further than caring only for physical affliction. He touched people at the deepest level of their existence. He sought their physical, mental, and spiritual healing. He came so they might have life and have it more abundantly. The mystery of Christ casts light on every facet of Catholic healthcare. To see Christian love as the animating principle of healthcare, to see healing and compassion as a continuation of Christ's mission, to see suffering as a participation in the redemptive power of Christ's passion, death, and resurrection, and to see death transformed by the resurrection as an opportunity for a final act of communion with Christ. Monsignor Bartilla's thumbnail statement to summarize that: Catholic healthcare institutions are great, they do many things, but they do not have an immortality clinic. That belongs only to Jesus Christ. And we do our best to keep people healthy so they can seek him in their hearts, and he is the one who grants immortality. With that, let us pray. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord our God, you sent your Son into the world to bear our infirmities and to endure our sufferings. For all those who are sick, for all those who care for them, for all those who administer, we ask that your blessing will give all them strength to overcome any weakness through the power of patience and the comfort of hope, and that with your aid they will soon be restored to health and continue to provide for those who need that care. We ask all of this through Christ our Lord. Amen. May Almighty God bless you, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thanks again for having me down. I think I turn it over to David and Bo.
Thank you. Thank you. Likely overly sensitive to the fact that I know I'm the only one now standing between you and delicious cupcakes and refreshments. Monsignor, I'm going to heed the 11th commandment, which is, thou shalt be brief if I'm going to be asked to come back again. So today is truly a historic day for both of our organizations, really. We are thrilled to officially welcome each of you, all of you, into the SSM Health family now. To the congregations of Sisters of St. Agnes, thank you, thank you, thank you for your healing ministry that spans 120 years plus. Thank you for grooming and cultivating this wonderfully faith-based healthcare organization that it is today. We feel honored, but not only honored, and Ms. Kaiser said this eloquently well, we also feel humbled that you've entrusted us and our organization to now carry on this very precious and this very sacred legacy that we now have of compassionate care in each of the communities that we've been asked to serve. Today, as our organizations come together as one, yes, we are stronger together. It affords us the opportunity not only just to expand our ministries together, but also enhance our overall ministry and what we're able to offer many of the communities who depend on us day and night, weekend and during the week, and even during holidays. We have an opportunity in South Central Wisconsin now as an integrated delivery network that now includes 7 hospitals, 10 post-acute centers, 85 plus physician office clinics, as well as integrated health plan, pharmacy benefit management plan. We have an opportunity to use that IDN to its best of its ability to really provide affordability along with compassionate care to the communities who need us. I was reminded of this, or I learned of this, right here in Monroe. It might have been Mike, who, by the way, when his name and his management team was brought up, they actually got a couple woohoos in there. I'm humbled by that too, by the way. But I learned from Mike that bigger isn't necessarily better, right? Better is better. And he and you are completely right about that. And that's something that we are mindful of as we now look toward the future together as one organization. And we know that we're going to stay committed to keeping that sacred promise that we have to our patients and their loved ones and their families and their friends, to do the best that we can to keep them at the center of everything that we do. We pledge to carry on the legacy entrusted to all of us by Mother Odelia Berger, which comes from our order, as well as Mother Agnes Hazzett, to remain faithful to that shared mission of our founding sisters. I personally am excited about what the future holds. I, along with the rest of our management team here in Wisconsin, we have a wonderful, almost endless possibilities to continue to do great things for all of those who depend on us. And when I was here just last month on a visit meeting with the broader sort of management team, and you'll see more of us as we will of you in the next days and weeks and months to come as we begin this journey together. So thank you again for taking the time, which we know is a very busy schedule to begin with, to be with us today. And we hope that everybody will stay and join us for some of those delicious refreshments. They're in the back of the room. So as I conclude, our peace and happiness be with you always.
Thank you.